सुप्तेषु जाग्रति य एष सुप्तेषु जाग्रति कामं 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 कामपुरुषो पुरुषो निर्विमाणः निर्विमाणः तदेव शुक्रं तद्ब्रह्मा तदेवामृतमुच्यते तस्मिन् लोकः शतः सर्वे तदूनात्यपि कश्चन एतद्वैता 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 एतद्वैता.
Good afternoon, the chairperson of SIRC of ICI, CA Revati Raghunathan ma'am, our expert speaker for the day, CA Premnath sir, and all the August audience through a webinar on the series which we are running, Saraswathi Pooja Tax Audit Report Knowledge Series. And today is one of the important session in the series, that is AI in tax audits. Friends, as we all know, the time shortage which we have got this year especially, and the way the reporting requirements are going up every year on year, and with our own challenges of staff and all things, it is very important that we take upon the technology to help us so that we discharge our duties and responsibility in the utmost manner and as short as possible and meet the requirement of regulators. So that is why with the permission of the chairperson, we have planned this AI in tax audit, wherein our renowned faculty Premnath sir will help us as how we can revolutionize our reporting of AI in tax audit by whatever the tools and prompts which are available for us. So that will help us to discharge our responsibility. So before we start the session, may I now request our chairperson, CA Revati Raghunathan ma'am, to please give the welcome address.
Yeah, thank you very, very much, Deepak. Thank you very much, Premnath sir, for actually accepting our invite. So, friends, we have been doing this series on tax audit, and we wanted members across South to take benefit of the expert speakers who have generously offered to share their knowledge and experience with us. And also, as Deepak mentioned, we are reporting to the regulators, and we all know that tax audit reports are done by us on behalf of the regulators. So we should understand here that this is like kind of an outsourcing work from the regulator to the chartered accountants, and we should understand our responsibility in a different perspective. Normally, if you see, all of us chartered accountants are very empathetic towards our clients, and we are always pro clients, and we try to assist them in every way possible. But as far as the tax audit report is concerned, we should actually set aside our empathy and think more in terms of the regulator, because one, the regulator has given this responsibility to us, and two, this is a area which is fraught with so many difficulties in reporting. And we have our own regulators like the institute looking over our shoulders. And if you recall, last week we had 4 sessions on this tax audit report, and I think most of the speakers covered about the TAQRB, the Tax Audit Quality Review Board, where, what are all the expectations from the chartered accountants by the Tax Audit Quality Review Board was also covered. But today, the session is being conducted under the aegis of the AI committee, which is headed by CA Deepak Ladda, where we are trying to focus on how AI can actually be used to ease our reporting and also our confidence in the report that we are submitting. Because as I told you, we always have regulators looking over our shoulders, and there is always this small hesitation as to whether we have covered everything and whether tomorrow we are going to receive some notice. So Premnath sir has generously offered to share with us how we can actually utilize AI to ease our work in the tax audit reporting. So thank you once again, Premnath sir.
Thank you.
And friends, I would also like to place here that next week on 2 or 3 days, we will be having sessions, online sessions again on the fast track checking of the tax audit report, wherein we as partners, we as the signing chartered accountant are confident that the reports that we are going to upload are error free and are fulfilling the expectations of all the regulators, and that all the clauses of the tax audit report are fulfilled correctly. Please do join us for that. But before that, I hand over the proceedings to Deepak Ladda sir to introduce the speaker to us. And sir, thank you once again for offering generously to, take this session when we approached you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So kind of you for your words of wisdom. And in a matter of 5 minutes, there are more than 80 members who have already joined. So this shows this, as we all know, this program is not a CP program or this is nothing, but still more than 80 people and more than 400 people register for this
Yes.
program. This shows the intensity and the importance of the AI, which our chartered accountants have recognized and started implementing in our day-to-day program. So without wasting much of time, it is my privilege to introduce our renowned speaker for the day, CA Premnath D sir. Sir is a FCA and DISA and has completed FAFD course, concurrent audit certificate course, indirect tax course, AI certificate course, Ind AS, PMLA, arbitration and reconciliation. Sir is one of the important resource for Hyderabad, SIRC and at the national level, and gives at least not less than 80 to 100 webinars or seminars every year, whether it is bank audit, whether it is tax audit, whether it is audit documentation, sharing of knowledge. I've been seeing more than 10 years. He is always available at any time for the services. Sir has given immense contribution in the to various committee of ICI, as he is the member of peer review manual procedure, member of the PRB committee, member of FRRG, technical reviewer at FRRG, TAQRB, QRB, submitted proposal on FRRB, and a regular faculties on the AI certificate level course 1, also at level course 2. He has helped many companies and he is having a lot of expertise in large listed companies. PSU has done central statutory audit, branch audit, concurrent audit, and also the international engagements of international transfer pricing. So sir is also a regular faculty at Income Tax Department Staff College, NASIN, C&AG staff training, certain vigilance officer of digital forensics, National Police Academy, the Center for Advanced Financial Research and independent body set up under the RBI, regular faculty at Indian Railways Institute of Financial Management. With this so much credential against his name, although being into not in the front of giving services in times of any other matter, but sir is always helpful in the form of technical resource availability. Sir, we are very handful and very thankful for you for accepting your invitation from your busy schedule to address the member of SIRC. So thank you, sir. The
Thank you.
podium is all yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. At the outset, I thank SIRC, more specifically Madam Revati Madam and Deepak Ladda. More specifically, Deepak Ladda was behind me almost for 2-3 months, chasing me for the date. I'm extremely sorry for not giving an early time. Thank you very much. Today session, I'm not going to use any regular PowerPoint presentation. More specifically on a notepad, whatever I wanted to discuss, I've just typed it there. Then a few of the tools I made it. So more coming back, I hope I can share the screen. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Right. So is my screen visible?
Yes, sir. Visible,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Right. Thank you. So coming back to the topic of the day, tax audit, AI. There are three words in this: company or tax audit, AI. I'm not trying, I will focus more specifically on tax audit, but here and there I will be going into Companies Act also. Because we are doing simultaneously, we are doing both Companies Act and tax audit. We are doing simultaneously. Even after 30th September, we are doing it. Most of us are doing, rather most of us are doing it. So Companies Act and tax audit is going together now. So I'll cover up both the Companies Act and tax audit. So company or tax is one issue. When it comes to company or tax, complaints to companies and tax, the complaints that carried out by the corporate or the non-corporates, we have to express our opinion on the complaints, number one. That is framework. There is a framework for Companies Act, there is a framework for income tax. The income tax framework is 3CD, 3CA, 3CD, 44AB, etc., all that is framework. For companies, there is a framework of Schedule 3, Division 1, Division 2, listed is LODR, and so on. Tax is not only income tax, but also GST, because income tax and GST, now you cannot separate it, because in tax audit, you are talking about GST clauses somewhere, I think 44 or somewhere you will be talking about GST clauses. Whether we provide or not, that's a different story altogether. But the clauses have been included for GST. So companies or tax complaints to that we have to report. Next, accounting standards as per the Act, both as per the tax audit, income tax and Companies Act, etc. You have to talk. That is from the companies or tax point of view. Then audit. Audit, this is for the client and this is for me. Audit. I as an audit have to comply with professional standards, technical standards, and ethical standards. Not only comply, as I comply as per the professional standards and ethical standards, I need to document all my audit procedures. All my audit procedures, I have to document this. Companies have to document this. I have to document this. Now, what is AI? AI is, let's not go into a technical definitions of artificial intelligence. For me or for you, AI is just an automation tool. Just an automation tool. I'm not going into two technicalities of what is AI as per OECD, AI as per Microsoft, AI as per various standards. No, let's not go into that. I'm just saying AI, for me, AI is automation. That's all. What is automation? Is Tally not an automation? Is Tally not an automation? Features in this. Various reports. You have tax related compliances, MSME related compliances. So many things are there in edit log or exception reports. So many things. So many things are there in Tally itself. Beyond that also, do we have a pain? Beyond that, do we have a pain? Is what we need to understand. So automation, I'm talking about AI means automation. Automation is for a pain. Wherever I have a pain, I approach AI or automation. So beyond tally, if I have a pain, then I'm looking at how automation or AI can help me. This is what today we are trying to understand. Okay. AI, what am I going to talk about AI today is how do I build a small tools? How do I build a small tools which will help me to jump to the next level wherein my human resources are minimized. So whatever it is, today the availability of cheap manpower in terms of articles, sorry to say the cheap manpower, but that is the intention of majority of the chartered accountants. So to cope up with the challenges of availability of manpower today, we have to approach for the automation. AI. So what is that AI we are talking about? I'm simply using various AI tools. What are various AI tools that I'm going to talk now? I'm going to talk about, I'm not going to talk any of this. Gemini or Claude or ChatGPT or Perplexity. Just a moment. So Perplexity and so on, so many. I am not going to uh, go on giving a endless list of it. So some of these tools we'll be using to generate a tool. What tool is it like? Let me just start demonstrating one small tool and then we'll go into the details. How this tool will be useful? I think you can able to say much. You can able to understand how this tool can be useful. Okay, I'm just taking for a moment, just not bother about the tax audit. I mentioned about a tool. Let's just see how this tool will be useful. So I'm just talking about, okay, not right. Okay. Right. I'm just adding an XBRL to this. There will be a slight lag in the workings because of the net connectivity and all. Kindly bear with me. I have loaded an XBRL. And then I am saying, give me the sentiment analysis. Now, yeah, run the investigation. I have added the XBRL of the previous year. Just a moment. Last year XBRL I have. I'm just loading that. Previous year XBRL to it. Right. Run investigation. Now after I have run the investigation, now it is saying there is a high overall risk. I hope you all know what is XBRL. Let me just open that XBRL and show you because you're all aware of this XBRL, but still let me just show you. Open with. This is the XBRL that is uploaded to the MCA. Full financials are there in the XBRL or XML or Java, whatever you call it. I have uploaded to it and now it is saying there is a fraud risk. and red flags. There are red flags in this. How should I investigate now? What should I investigate now in this sales contract, etc., etc.? So liability concealment, evidence to collect. So there are certain issues the tool has identified. Now, forensic audit trail, then model explanation. It is talking about Altman's score, Banish model, etc., etc. It is talking about various scores. Those who have already done FAFD, they understand what I am talking about. So these are the financial ratios, which it is saying. Interpretation, it is okay, it is slow, it is fast, and so on. Then generated evidence and so on. So what am I talking about here? What is that I have disclosed, demonstrated here is I have demonstrated here an AI tool. AI. What is AI? I have used Gemini or a Claude. For some time, I've used Gemini and Claude or Perplexity to generate this HTML tool. This is a HTML tool. This HTML tool, what I have now used is generated by the AI tool, by AI. So this is what I'm talking about. So don't think AI means something else. For today's session, AI, what I am saying AI is, I am using a tool, AI tool, LLM, GPT, to generate a tool like this, wherein my analysis, tons and tons of analysis, the analysis what the tool has done now, you could have seen it. To carry out this tool, it takes a lot of time for me to carry out this tool, this analysis. That is a pain. I said AI is automation, automation for removing some pain. What is my pain is? My pain is analyzing the previous year data. Why should I analyze previous year data? As per the auditing standards, SA 200 or 210, before I take up the audit, I have to I have to conduct a due diligence before I take up an audit, before I take up the audit. Underline my words. As per 200 SA 200 and 210, before I take up the audit, accept the audit, I have to carry out a due diligence. After carrying out the due diligence, I have to record and demonstrate and document and demonstrate as per the professional standards that I have carried out SA 200 and 210. That SA 200 and 210 I have carried out now by using a small tool with the previous data. So this is what I am talking about. In this way, today I will be demonstrating various tools that are generated by the AI. So what are the tools I am going to use? There are two types of tools. One is HTML tool and the other one is Python tool. Two tools I will be using. I am not an expert either in AI or in Gemini or in GPT. I am not expert in any GPT. I am not expert in technology. I am not expert in Python. I am not expert in HTML. I only give some command on a trial and error basis. Me and my students have developed certain tools which we are using it for the profession. I've communicated this to the Deepak Latta. Deepak Latta was attending one of my sessions, AI sessions. He said, "Why don't you share this knowledge? Why don't you share this knowledge with the participants?" I said, "Okay." I told that this is what I am doing. You know, I am not an expert. So I'm only, with the help of my students, I'm generating some tools which I can demonstrate it. That is what I'm going to do in the next 1 hour or 1.5 hours or so. Okay. So I have talked about what is companies or tax is as per the compliance. Audit is our compliance. AI is just a tool which will remove the pain points we have just now seen. Okay, now come back to the 3B, 3CB. Before we go into this, let's try to understand the 3CB. So what is that 3CB is saying is, I'll not spend because already much time has been spent on the 3CB tax audit. Many sessions were over. I'll only be just touching upon for next 2-3 minutes. Kindly bear with me. I'll only talk about we are 3CB. We are signing here. We are affixing. Of course, we are affixing the digital signature. We, in the sense, our office boy or our article student, someone will be affixing the digital DSC. So someone may say, we means no, sir, not we are not doing. Our office boy is doing. Our article student is doing. Be that as it is. I'm saying here, examined. I have examined. Examined is a very, very, very dangerous word. We are using examined is a very serious word. I'm signing below saying I have examined the balance sheet, profit and loss account. Okay. Now I'm also saying that the books of accounts are in agreement. I'm saying the profit and loss account, balance sheet, blah, blah, is in agreement with the books of accounts maintained at head office and so on. So we are giving it. Books of accounts are in agreement. What is books of accounts? Someone says books of accounts. Excel is also a books of accounts. It is their way of definition. I have no quarrel with that definition of books of account maintained. Okay. Now I have obtained all information and explanations. Proper books of accounts have been kept, and all these things is giving it true and fair. What is true and fair? What is true and fair is explaining true and fair is very tough. Instead of that, I say if I am able to understand fraud and error, what is not fraud and error is true and fair. Is there any objection for this from anyone? Is there any objection for this from anyone? If I say the opposite of fraud and error is true and fair, meaning if I cannot ensure true and fair, if I can ensure that there is no fraud and error, is that sufficient to say that there is true and fair? I feel if I am not able to ensure true and fair, if at least if I am trying to ensure fraud and error is removed, meaning if there is no, if it is not night, meaning it is day. If it is not day, then it is night. In that way, if there is no fraud and error, that itself means true and fair. Okay, why are we discussing so much on this true and fair? Meaning, true fraud and error comes out of a process. Process is you will get information. From this information, you will take that information is data, and then this information is data analysis. Data analysis gives deviations, and this deviations gives professional skepticism. This gives professional skepticism. And then once you investigate into the professional skepticism, then there can be or error. Once your audit procedures ensure no fraud or error, then we can say that is true and fair. So what is professional skepticism? What is deviation? What is professional skepticism? Let us take, is there any tool? Can we make any tool wherein the system will highlight to me the risk of fraud risk or errors? Or how do I have a professional skepticism? Let's just have a small example. So I'm just trying to make a small ledger scrutiny. So what is about this tool, comprehensive audit analysis tool? Then how do I use this tool? How do I use this tool? How do I configure this with the tool and all? There are some steps, 15 steps I have to use so that I can generate an Excel report from the tally. And I'll go to this ledger scrutiny here. So what is this ledger scrutiny? Ledger scrutiny has 18 rules here. You have 18 rules here. So what I'll do is I'll first load my trial balance. I'm loading the trial balance. Yeah. So after loading the trial balance, I'm giving a materiality threshold. Say I'm just putting 1 lakh. Say I'm analyzing it. Now, once I have analyzed, that has so many lines on so many lines are there in the trial balance. So that so many lines of trial balance, all these rules, what is that rule? Rule number 1. First rule number 1, liability ledger with debit as a closing balance is what it is saying here. Come back now. If you come back to here, I've just said, now I have taken the information of trial balance. Okay, let's have a look at, I'm sorry. Let's have a look at the trial balance, the number of columns it has. Bear with me, my system is a little slow. In the recent past, I have not opened these files, it's taking time. Yeah. Okay, now this is how the trial balance looks like. The ledger name, component, group, parent, group, opening, debit, credit, and closing is how the trial balance is structured. How can Tally get this? You can also get this kind of trial balance from Tally. If you are able to generate a trial balance from Tally in this format, your financials can also be structured as per non-corporate guidance note rule, the guidance note that is issued by the ICA, which is postponed for next year, because some of the members, or rather majority of the members, have expressed that we can't do it under the age of AI. They have said that we can't follow this. That's a different story. Then Companies Act Schedule 3 can also be made easily with this. I'll come back to that automation little later, wherein Tally now has given a Schedule 3 or a non-corporate balance sheet. They have already given. I demonstrate little later. So this is the trial balance format, and this format I have loaded to the tool, and it is saying liability ledger is with debit closing balance. Come back. Information trial balance, made a data analysis. It has given a deviation. What is the deviation? Liability should always have a credit balance, whereas it is showing debit balance. Now, do you have any professional skepticism? It depends upon the materiality or the nature of account. So let me see the accounts which are having. Yes, sundry creditors, 34 lakhs is having a significant. Now you can just see here, whatever is over and above 1 lakh, it is saying it is significant. 50, insignificant. 34 lakhs is significant. Now it has identified all these balances as significant debit balances in 64, almost 6 crores of debit balances in creditors. Is there a concern for us? Do you have a professional skepticism now? Yes, because they are all rooted, they are all classified under creditors, but having a debit balance, which are advances. Now, if you have a professional skepticism, you have to go back and start investigating into each of the accounts. I'll come back to that a little later. Now, before we go into further, our students have developed a tool here. It is giving an opinion also. The tool is saying you cannot give a unmodified opinion here. You have to give a disclaimer because information is not there. Sufficient and appropriate audit evidence has been obtained in all the debit balances. Then what it is saying? You give a qualified opinion. Effects of misstatement are pervasive and financial statements to the financial statements. Then it says give an adverse opinion. Okay. Now, if I have to give an unmodified opinion, what I have to do is I have to make all this insignificant. I have to make all this insignificant into insignificant. I have to change. How should I change this into insignificant? There is a correction in classification. This was not a sundry creditors, but wrongly routed into sundry creditors. Now this correction is made. Okay. Offsetting, these are all advances paid. Material is received, but it was not updated. Now updated. Okay. Change this. Excess provision was made in the earlier year. Now reversed. Obtained for this balance, I have obtained an external confirmation, obtained management representation, obtained supporting documents. If I am able to get it, then I will change it into insignificant. In that manner, if I can change all this, then automatically I can give an modified opinion. What are we talking here? What am I talking here? I am talking about audit. I am now complying with professional, technical, and ethical standards. I am documenting. My opinion is documented. My audit procedures is documented. How I have initially obtained, how data analysis is made, how professional skepticism is taken. All this I have demonstrated and documented through this tool because documentation is a painful process in the audit. So that pain is removed with this tool. How did I make this tool again? How I have made this tool is same. I have given a prompt. I'll show you some prompts. Not all prompts I can demonstrate. I can show you some prompts I have given, and not with one prompt. This is developed not with one single prompt. Lot of prompts have been given to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT to certain extent it has done. Then I'll shift to Claude, then I'll shift to Gemini, and finally I'll see this is done, and then this is usable. This is a tool. Why am I using this? How this tool will be useful for us? Before I go into the further demonstration, I will be happy if someone can post on the chat how this tool will be helpful in audit. Audit. Let us not talk about tax audit. I'll come back to that a little later. What kind of pain this tool will remove? If I can expect some members to type your opinions on the chat, please, so that we can make it as interactive, so that I'll understand that someone is seriously listening. As I've said, this is a tool made out of GPT. Prompt is given, and with that prompt, this tool is generated. And I'm told you, the moment you see this kind of colors, you can quickly jump to a conclusion that these kind of tools, these kind of colors It is only the Claude which will use this kind of colors. Colorful HTML is made by the Claude only. Of course, there are other tools also which can give like you can make a note. I'll just see here. This is another tool, chart.z.ai is another tool which can make very good HTMLs. It can make very good HTMLs as we are talking about. As we are talking about these things now, I'll do one thing. Let me just, as to demonstrate, let me just give a new chart here to the GLM 4.5. GLM 4.5 is a tool. It is equally good. Don't say that this is, yes, this is China only. But now today, China and India are sailing together. Flights are now moving there, here and there. Earlier, it was not the case. Now India and China are friends. So don't bother about from which party this has come, all that thing. Let's not bother about it. So let me just write a small, I'll say here, give me HTML code for trial balance analysis with red flags, or you can just say, before you need to first get the data. I'm also talking about prompting because it is AI. Say, give me how red flags can be identified from trial balance having. So instead of so what I'll do is I'll just copy the columns so that it is easy. I can avoid typing the number of columns. Those who are working, those who are looking at this can also simultaneously start working with along with me. I may not able to clarify your doubts if you get stuck, but you can try. But I feel most of them have already attended the AI classes. Just a moment. Okay, let me just see meanwhile. So trial balance having ledger name, group name, opening debit. Yeah, now it is. I'll say having trial balance having headers. It got it. So give me how red flags can be identified from trial balance having attached headers. Headers. Now you can just see here it gives a trail of what it is thinking. It is thinking, it gives in China, don't bother. I'll just say here. We don't know whether it is China or Malaysia or Japanese. It gives, don't bother. You can simply say later that give me in English, then it will convert into English. Same thing you can do it in Claude also. Same thing you can do it in Claude. Let me also simultaneously start in Claude. Paid versions will work more efficiently. Okay, I'll take the perplexity. Let's see what this is doing here. Yeah, it's still working here. Yeah, it has worked here. Now I'll just say give in English. So simultaneously, I'll just go into the perplexity is taking time. Okay. So I'll just copy the prompt here. Copy the prompt here. Now I am giving the headers here. Okay. Yeah. It has already given in English here. What it can do, it has already given here. Now I'll say I will attach a trial balance with similar headers. Give me HTML tool to make analysis. Now I've already given, it has drawn the context from the earlier prompt. It has taken the headers, it has taken the content. Now, since this content is already there, now a simple prompt, it will make, now you can just see the, yeah, it is giving the trail here. What is it thinking? How is this working? A trail is given here. Now you don't find this trail in many of the AIs. Nowadays this is improved. This is called as transparent. Transparent. It is how it is working, on what basis it is working. It is all generating. Later on, it will come out. Let me just see this still. Yeah. Perplexity is here again. So I've given all the headers here. Now the same similar prompt what we have given here. Yeah, by this time it has already given the, you can just see it is writing the prompt here. It is generating the HTML code. The beauty of this GLM 4.5 is it writes so many lines of code with less errors. If you talk about Claude, after 300 or 400 lines of code, it will start splitting and then it will say your time is over. But you don't have that problem with this GLM. Now you can just see here, it is saying here, paste your data here for making analysis. Okay, let me just try here. So I'll just, oh, ledger name, yes, I think I made a small, yeah, ledger name is there. Okay, I'll just take few of it, not all, not waste much time. Now it is saying you just paste it. Okay, some lines I have taken. Then I'm pasting here. Analyze the red flags. Yeah. Okay. You can take the code here. It has already given the example. Okay. HTML code I'm taking. Copy the HTML code. Control V. I'm just saving this HTML code. Save as. I'm saving it as in download. Let me put it in download. tb.html. tb.html, I have stored it. That. Now it is, I'll paste this, Control C, and then analyze the red flags. There's some error it is throwing. Then what we have to do is, again, this is not working. So give me a workable format. Again, once again, you have to give a format, then it will start working on it. Okay. So this this is how this tool is made over number of iterations. Let me just yeah, right. Not with one iteration. 4 or 5 iterations have been done over a period of time, and then finally it has come to this. Now you can also have a final audit opinion. You can change it. So once you are able to, there are so many items here, almost 72 crores worth of items. Initially, when I have loaded my trial balance, this is what I've got it. And now slowly I need to carry out the analysis. Why are we doing all this? Why are we doing all these things? I am saying that information is received and this is true and fair. I am giving a true and fair, true and fair. I'm trying to give a true and fair audit examined. I have examined the books. Initially, it was all debit and credit, credit and debit. As you see here, so many other asset deletions are there. Liabilities, there is no payment. If you can just see here, liabilities, there are no payments here. These are all liabilities not having a payment. Then debit to credit reversals are there in this. Credit to debit reversals are there. Debtors having credit balance, nothing. Loan liability debit balance, nothing. So in this way, now what we are trying to say here is, let me close it, right? So I've talked about audit, AI. So you have a pain in the process. Then I'm trying to talk about true and fair, document it. As a process of documentation, I've used a tool I've demonstrated it. Sometimes you will get it fast, sometimes you don't get it. That is the risk, as I told you. But if if you are able to understand HTML, then you can clear it off where it is going wrong. That's a different story altogether. But at this point of time, at this point of time, during the flag end of filing, can I do these research? It is not possible to do the research at this point of time. There should be a dedicated team for making the research. Now you can't do it. But if I give my tool, can you use it? If I can give my tool, yes, you can use it. But it takes time for you to adapt to this tool at this point of time. Okay, that is one issue. So having said here, now I am saying it is true and fair. What is true and fair is creditors are not in debit balance, debtors are not in credit balance. There are creditors for years together, it is not paid. There are debtors which are not realized. All that analysis we have done through the tool now, and that tool is generated with AI. This is what we have now understood with this. Okay, now coming back to, let's go into the let's go into some tax audit matters. like I have to fill the ESI data, etc., etc. So for that, I have used certain Python tools. I'll demonstrate those things now. Yeah. So first, let's see extraction of TDS challans. Right. Somewhere you have to talk about the statutory reconciliations, etc. For tax statutory reconciliations, tax when the tax has been paid, compare that with the tax challans, and then ledger, TDS ledger, all that lot of manual process is there. So what I am doing is now I am trying to attach, the TDS challans. So all this TDS challans I am attaching to it. Yeah, I have attached all the TDS challans. Now I say process the PDFs. It has processed the PDFs and then it has given all that into a format. It has given all into format. If for any reason, if there are any corrections needed or if the system could not able to process properly, then you can edit those lines. Then what I have to do, I have to export this into Excel, right? So this challan details is now in Excel. Your ledger account of TDS deductions is already there in your tally ledger, which you can convert into Excel. So this Excel and the Excel from the TDS challans and the other Excel from the tally, both can talk with VLOOKUP, and immediately our vouching and verification work can be finished off without much problem. Okay, how did you make this tool? Let me demonstrate. So what is the prompt I have given for it? Yeah. This is the prompt I have given to the AI. Prompt objective to create a HTML based tool that provides me an Excel report with a specified data, TDS challan, blah, blah, blah. Steps, what to do. The code to extract and required financial data. It is saying you have to extract all that. This is the prompt I am giving. Those who have already attended the AI class, I think they'll understand and they are able to relate to what the code to extract all this data after processing, displayed, etc., etc. Output has to be given in a particular format. This is the prompt that is given to the AI. Okay. Let me just, if I'll close this prompt. What I do is those who are interested in working on this, I'll just see whether I can attach. I don't know whether I can attach. Yeah, I can attach a file. Let me just check whether I can attach this file so that you all can also work along with me. I'm attaching the Word file, prompt file. Any AI, you can copy this prompt. Any AI, you can copy the prompt. You can see how this is working. And yeah, now you require challans. I can't give my client challans. You can take your own client challans and check how this is working. One thing. Next, as you develop these kind of tools, As you develop these kind of tools, mind it, you should also write a user manual for these tools. Otherwise, today one student will make this tool and tomorrow, you know very well, nowadays it is only 2 years articleship. The student will vanish and next student will come. The tools are made and kept in the directory, but no one will start using because they don't know how to use it. So whenever you make a tool, make it a point that you also make a guide. This is a governance issue in your office. Make it as a governance issue, make it as a rule in the office, wherever tools are there, how a tool has to be used, a documentation has to be there in the office so that anyone comes and goes, these tools will make you to work. So purpose to verify the TDS challan is a part of audit procedure, etc., etc. It is time consuming to open TDS challans, enter data reconciliation. This is a pain. Actually, this is my pain. And users, this tool will carry out all these functions. This is what it is saying. So this is all you can do it, and then automatically this will generate a tool. Okay. Some of them, as you all know, for everyone, the everyone writing the same prompt, the tool will not be same. Everyone writes the same prompt, the tool will not be same. No botheration. I will upload that small tool, whatever use, how, to what extent it is useful to you, it is for you to decide. I have uploaded in the chart, the HTML tool I have uploaded in the chart. It may or may not, sorry, the same prompt, same code, you will not get it. So it changes. Those who have already attended the AI classes, they understand what I'm talking about. So this is one thing. What am I talking about? In the process of tax audit, somewhere you have to carry out the reconciliations. So for reconciliations is a painful manual process is there. To get out of the manual process, we are now using AI. AI, I mean these Gemini, Perplexity, Claude, ChatGPT, so many things you are using to generate a code, and code is now carrying out your work. Okay, let's go on to the other example now. In this format, I have started doing many tools. It's not me. I am not claiming that I have done this. All these tools are developed by my students. Please understand, AI works with Python. Python is a part of CA students' curriculum now. Python is a part of CA students' curriculum. It is for the member to extract Python related experience from the students. And even AI level 2 Python is introduced. They are starting. That's a different story altogether. Now come back again. We'll go to the next version now. Okay, let me copy this. GST reconciliations also you can do it. Let me just. You can just see the names here. These, you will find the names of the students in my office, name of the students. And each student is heading 3 or 4 team, and that 2 or 3 people team headed by this man is creating these tools, and all folders have various tools. This is another tool. You can just see here the prompt is there, guide, and how to run this is equally given here. So this is how the tools are made. This is a code. So let me just go back. Select this first, then code. purchases to tally book reconciliation. Why am I using this? I am trying to map, because you have one of the considerations that you have to map your purchases and data, P&L data with purchases and GST. One of the clauses in 3CD, you have to do it. For that, one of the audit procedure is reconciliation. So I am taking the purchase register. I am taking the purchase register, GR and register, which is maintained in Excel, and tally register from the tally daybook. I am taking both of it. And now, yeah, the problem here is it's not always that you have Excel and tally only. Sometimes you may have Oracle, sometimes you may have SAP, etc. Various books, various types of systems you have. In that case, my students intelligently have given a provision for mapping, because in my Excel the format is different, the headers are different, probably you have a different Excel altogether. So in that case, how should I work? Don't bother, you have fields, you can link those fields. Tally, sir, I don't have tally, I have some other thing. No botheration. You generate and then you can map, reconcile the reports. Now, once you do the reconciliation, now whatever all the additional fields you wanted, all that you can find here. Purchase report, tally report, and difference. So this, the pain of reconciliation is removed with this. So how did we make this? As I've already demonstrated, I will not be again writing those prompts. I will not be writing the same prompts. Even if I distribute the prompt to you, you may not get the same tool, but you have to struggle a lot to get the same tool. It takes a time. Okay, no botheration. I'll try to again, just a moment. So I'll try to upload the possible. So I'm giving the code. And the rest of it, you have to have your own sample data based on the code you can generate. That's not an issue, right? I've shared it. Okay, now I just take 2 minutes of break, and then I would request the members to please respond as to what is that we are trying to understand till now. Be it on the chart, or if you are permitted, you can talk. I don't know whether a facility is made for you to speak on the.
Yes, now is allow, sir. Members, they can enable their self.
Yeah, your voice is not clear.
So, members, participant, they can unmute their self.
They can unmute and talk. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. If someone can unmute for 1-2 minutes, what we are traveling, whether we are traveling on the right track or not, or what is that you are expecting. If someone can talk, or you can type on the chart. Quick, someone can. Then we can move ahead.
Sir, now participants may unmute themselves.
Yeah.
Permission have.
Yeah, which tool is best for app creation? My experience, I have seen that Z.ai, chartz.ai, Claude is very good. If you are using the paid version of Claude, is excellent. It's slow. It gives in pieces. Those pieces you have to attach later on. So little bit of difficulty in Claude, but it gives correct one. Perplexity, not that much. Z, my experience is Z is good, but someone says it is Chinese, but India and China now traveling together. Don't worry. Any other?
Coder.ai, sir.
Sorry, sir.
Coder.ai.
I have not used about it. I have not used. Grok, it is Grok, Grok. Grok is also very good. Grok also you can use. Grok is also good. But it all depends upon how you give the prompt. So it is all about a prompt engineering. It's an art. You have to give a correct context. So if you are playing with the AIs, then your tokens will be expired, and if your tokens are expired, you get frustrated. So little bit of technical knowledge is required, little bit of HTML, little bit of Python code is required. Maybe if you say, sir, at the age of 60, do we need to learn? I say, yes, this is an age. Because AI is, AI, you might have seen yesterday's newspaper, central government is bringing AI knowledge to the third class students. Yesterday's news, central government is bringing AI to the third standard. AI, all tools behind the tool, it is a Python which is running. So we need to understand. Till now, if someone says, I don't know Excel, then you will ask him from which forest you have come.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Chapandi. Yeah.
Is it a crosstalk?
I request office to mute all others.
Oh,
And
okay, sir.
request-
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So what I'm saying here is, till now, if someone says, I don't know Excel, you will ask him from which forest you have come. Meaning without Excel, they are not allowed to enter into the office at all. Now, days have come where people will not ask you that, do you know Python? They will only say, if you don't know Python, you are not eligible to attend for an interview. The days have come now. So we have to learn Python somehow or other, not technically. Through AIs you can learn. Not that script knowledge you need not have. Basic knowledge, if you can identify what and how it is working, that is enough. But you may ask me how many days it will take for me to learn all this. For me, it has taken just 1 month of time. For the past 1 month, I have been using these things. I am able to understand, but I'm not expert in these things. I'm able to understand. But there are many chartered accountants who have now become experts in Python. It's an English-like language. Understand, there cannot be a software language which is difficult. In that case, that's not a software at all. If iPhone is difficult to handle, they can't sell phones in the market. If a software is difficult to operate, they can't sell that software in the market. So all softwares and scripts are English-like language with basics. If you can just understand, we can go ahead. Yeah. Any other? Let me just see some. Yeah. Are there specialized AIs for audit and accounts? Perplexity and other AI are talking about here, or general AIs? Yes. I'm not aware of any specialized AI for audit and accounts. Whatever question you are asking me, you can ask the AI itself, then it can give it, then that's how you can go ahead. Right. Any other? Yeah. Let's move on now for the next part of demonstration. Right. So we have talked about extracting the data from TDS challans, then GSTR one, and in the same way you can have for sampling, you can have all that. I've shown you, these are all the tools that my office students have done it. Okay, let me just go on to Yeah. One moment. Just a moment. Yeah, I have some things on audit, tax audit, and this looking out. Okay, let me just come. Now, another tools on tax audit, let me just take you there. Yeah. So let's just go to the, now I am taking you into Python. Prompt, let me just display the prompt and then we'll go into this. For Python, you have to install Python. Prompt is I'm giving you, yeah, this is done with AI. Google AI Studio is also one thing that you can use. Google AI Studio also writes very good code. ESI tool prompt as given by me to my student has written this. He has captured the image and then put it here. Then I need an Excel ESI tool which can automatically process challans from PDF. I will upload and enter the data in the following format so that I will import this Excel, my software, all that he has given beautiful things, and then it has given a tool here. This is the prompt. This is the tool this is the prompt and then the sequence of prompt. Let me just see. I'll demonstrate to you how many prompts, how much of effort has gone in to get this. The prompt is not accessible. Okay, no problem. Yeah. So this is done, and then once this is given, this code is given. Now I'll go to the Python prompt. So how to operate this? There are 2 or 3 types of prompts here. This is Streamlit. This is Streamlit and Flask. There are 2 different types of there. Streamlit, Python, and normal execution. I am using Streamlit here. So what is Streamlit is, after writing the prompt, after giving the prompt, it has given a code like this. Let me just open and show you. It has given a prompt like this. Few lines it has given. And it is saying you have to install Python. Not only install Python, you should also have libraries for working. What is this libraries? Like in your Excel, you have dated if. If dated if is a small program built inside the Excel. How will it work? It will work with a VB code. Lot of functions in Excel work with a inbuilt VB. That VB is a library. Various VBs are there. Visual Basic codes are there in Excel. With that, all the functions will be working in Excel. In the same way, Python will have so many libraries which you can think it is something similar to the VB code. So this VB codes are built up by someone else, which Python program is using. Someone else is building VB code that will work in your Excel. Someone else has built these libraries which will work in the Python. So those libraries it is using and it is making your program to work. Okay, how this will work? Let me explain to you. Yeah. Now I'll say it's a very simple CMD is a command prompt. Python -m because I am using Streamlit function. Don't bother about all this Streamlit, Flask and all. Don't bother about. These are very simple. Run. What should I run? Run this file name. What is this file name? Sorry. So copy this file name, run.py. Once I run this, now Streamlit will open here. Streamlit is nothing but a web browser kind of a thing. It will open here. A web browser is opening here. Web browser is opening. It takes little bit of time. Don't bother. Yeah. So now upload your challans here. Now let me just go back to that. So I'll select the so that I will not miss it. Challans I am selecting. Input. So all that ESI challans I am attaching all the ESI challans. I have attached all the ESI challans. Now these are challans. This is my ledger copy in Excel. ESI ledger also I am attaching to it. Both I have given. I'll say process the uploaded files. Processed, it has processed now. Now you can see the date of the challan, payment accounting of the challan in the books. Both you can select, download the format of the reconciliation, and the downloaded CSF file can be immediately attached to your tax audit utility or to the Winman, Sinman, Genius, Computax. To that you can upload it, your job is over. So the pain of verification from the challans to the ledger manual process is now carried out by a Python program. That Python program is AI, and this is written by these tools with a prompt. PF prompt, again PF prompt. In a similar form, I'll demonstrate the PF prompt also. So I'll go back to PF prompt. Again CMD. So let me close this so that CMD Python. I keep writing so that it becomes easy for me. It is easy for me to remember, hence I am practicing because I am aged 60. Difficult to remember, not like young members. So to be in touch with the subject, I keep writing. I need to write, write and write, memorize by writing, memorize by typing. Today, thanks to AI, we are all becoming dumb terminals. We have lost memory. We don't remember even our phone number, not even how to write my name. Getting addicted to the AI. That's a different story. But I'm saying, unless you start practicing, you don't remember what we are doing. And so I'm just saying now, run what command I have to run. Now 20 PDF, PF is over. Now I'm taking ESI is over. Now let's go to the PF. Run pf.py. Now again, it will run the Streamlit is already open there. Okay. Yeah, I'll close it. So I'll run it again. Okay, some. So in this way, you can, let me close this and then again work with the another utility of the similar. It was working earlier. Now the another utility is class 34 on carry forward of losses CMD. Python -m Streamlit run 34B. Sorry, clause 34 is TDS. TDS, we have a lot of problems with the TDS reconciliation. So I will drop the challans. These are various challans, AR challans. It will extract the content. Now this report is, now you just have to simply transfer this into CSV file and push it into the system. So again, how did we write? Again, I'm saying at the cost of boring you again and again, I'm saying this is the prompt. This is the prompt. Prompt. Do you know what is to be reported in tax audit under? I'm giving a context. This is the format I have to upload, whether statement of tax deducted, etc., etc. All this prompt is given, and then once the prompt is given, it has given the code, and then started using it. Then carry forward of losses. Carry forward of losses, and then we'll go on to the other issue. TMD, again, these are all streamlit again. Minus M. Streamlit or UN run. .py. Browser based. Streamlit is browser based. Even Flask is browser based. So last year ITR JSON files I have, wherein in the previous year you have carry forward of losses data that I wanted to put it in my tax audit utility. So browse for the previous year, browse for previous year files. Last year ITR JSON file, I am loading it to this. And now it is taking the business loss from the previous year and automatically giving it here, which I can upload it to the current year. Yes, you may say, if you are already using Winman, Sinman, Genius, Computax, etc., previous year data is already there. You can bring back that into the current year. There is no pain in that. But when you are trying to use a utility, income tax utility, then the income tax utility will not go back to the tax site and then bring back your old data into it. I don't think that facility is available. So that pain of collecting the previous information and then data entry, I may make some errors. If last year I made an error, I am bound to continue the same error in this year also. So I want to refresh this. I'll say rerun this. This is over. Now I can browse for the other year. Now, once it is loaded, now you can immediately download this into Excel report. This is about the Streamlit function. So let me just go further. So we have covered all this. We have covered tax audit major utilities. Biggest nuisance in the tax audit is TDS issues, statutory reconciliations, cash payment. Anyhow, your tally, there is no pain in cash payments. Loans, there is no pain unless you have a data with addresses in the tally, you have a pain that. So still you have same thing. Now this is what you have again, documentation tools, unabsorbed losses tools, so many things you have in this. Finally, we'll talk about normal audits, how normal audits can be, like say wherever you have a caro, copy paste problems are there in that. We have seen while finalizing recently while we are finalizing a report, audit report, it is a non-Ind AS company. The audit report is drafted for non-Ind AS only, but in some paragraphs, Ind AS content has crept in, meaning that's a copy paste error. Again, Caro is not applicable. On the face of the audit report, it is written as Caro is not applicable, but they have attached Caro to that. Another case, Caro is applicable. On the face of it, they are saying Caro is not applicable. So these are all copy paste devils which will creep into. I hope you know this year ROC has changed its method of submission. No more PDF attachments. Audit report, you have to copy paste the total audit report content into some forms have been introduced this year. Board of Directors report, copy and paste into that utility form. Copy and paste the total audit report Word format, copy and paste the text into it. Because earlier, the way in which the documents were uploaded to the MCA, PDF is multiple times it is scanned. Image was not probably possible. The image was not good, unreadable, not legible. All these dramas were done. Now the department has realized the intelligence of the professionals. They've said you upload the text into it. So before they scrutinize, it's better I scrutinize before it is caught there. So what I am trying to do now, so when I am trying to generate, let me be sure about what I am doing. So what I am trying to do here is, before I do it, let me just, I'll copy this, then CMD. Report Caro writing, not relevant to the tax audit, don't blame me. I said already, tax audit and company audit goes together only. Even though the time is already over, that's a different story altogether. Python -m, this is also Streamlit. Run .py. It will not write the total Caro. My observations, I will give it to the Caro. I'll say property, plant and equipment. All these are the various points in Caro. So let us start with the property, plant. Before that, I want to upload my guidance note, ICAI guidance note I have uploaded to the tool. I will say here, no PPE verification. This is only I am saying. And now I say you write the remaining part of it. Now I am saying you write the remaining part of the. Now you can just see here for easy understanding. Let me just transfer it to the text where you can read it easily. Yeah, now you can just see here. Company has not conducted physical verification of its property, plant and equipment during the year under review. Consequently, we are unable to comment on reasonableness of frequency of such verification or adequacy of procedures followed by etc., etc., etc. Right. So I can copy this and then close it. Okay, let me rerun the sum issue again. Streamlit. Yeah. Yeah, it's here. Sorry. Let me say now here, I'll say inventory. What happened to the inventory? Inventory, no, there is no records. Next, I say CC loan less than 5 crores. This much only I want to write. So upload the, only one time you need to upload because I just dropped it. Now I'll just say enhance writing. It is reading the Caro guidance note given by the ICAI and then automatically picking up the content. I'll just say, let me just see Control C and then Control A and just Control C. Copy. Okay. The company does not maintain inventory records. Additionally, the company has not sanctioned working capital limit in excess of so and so in aggregate, etc., etc. Hence, that clause is not applicable. Some problem. Okay, no problem. So, what we are trying to understand here is the pain of writing a report, the pain of writing the report, the way in which our article students, I am not blaming them, the kind of training I am giving to my article student, that is how they are getting trained. It is my inefficiency. It is not the problem of the students. It is I'm lazy, so my students are lazy. So copy paste errors are creeping in. That has become a pain now. So I'm using a tool wherein the tool will Python. This is present with Python. The problem here is for every point you have to do it. Now, yesterday we have reviewed this and then asked the student. Now I will upload all the clauses. I will upload all the clauses, whether filled or not filled, applicable or not applicable. This is column 1. Serial number is one column. Column 2 is this content. Column 3 is the observation. That CSV file I'll upload to the tool and it has to write the Caro report. That is how we are preparing now. That is under progress. Okay. So this is what on the Caro I have about Caro. So this is on the reporting point of view. As I said, the tally itself is now having the Audit Companies Act kind of a Schedule 3 kind of a format. Let me just show you that. So this is the XML. Let me just show you the tally. Tally, once you go to the balance sheet, in tally, you go to balance sheet in tally, you have export financial statements for non-corporate. Then it will go into XML. It will go into XML, and that XML you have to call in the that XML you have to call into a Excel format. This is the Excel format. This is the Excel format. This is the Excel format. You can select that Excel XML. Once you select that XML, it will load into. Now you can just see here. You have to select all that. Grouping is automatic. The only thing is you have to go into the trial balance, previous year, current year, and all. You have to map this. Here is the mapping. If you are able to properly map this classification, automatically your balance sheet is ready. Why should I map it? You should map it because in the tally, in this tally, the configurations are not proper. Because the configurations in this tally is not proper, you got this semi-finished product here. If you are able to use a perfect customization of all these, perfectly do it, your Schedule 3 balance sheet is automatic here. But still, if something is not done properly, you can manually select. Nothing prevents you. Manually, you can select. And once you select it for the current year, and your financial statements are ready. This is the biggest pain point this is non-corporate. You know very well, the non-corporate has borrowed from the Schedule 3 only. So you can more or less align this working. You can more or less align this working for the Schedule 3 also. So biggest nuisance in the audit for a chartered accountant can be removed. Yes, I do understand. An auditor cannot prepare financial statements. I do agree. I respect it. But how much is followed? Everyone knows about it. And you also know, everyone knows that the institute has postponed its applicability because members themselves have expressed that they can't do it, whatever it is. I'm not going to those complicated issues. But today, preparing the financial statements is the biggest nuisance because is equal to plugging here, previous year data is coming, all that can be removed with this. Is this an AI? It is not an AI. You can make it as an AI because it has VB code. It is all working with Visual Basic. You can break open the visual code and then you can put it into Google Script and then you can do much more advanced workings using AI for this. This is what another pain point in our audit. I have addressed it. Yeah. So I'll close the. You all know those who are in the tally because even students today are trained on the tally. Tally is a part of student curriculum. They know much better in the audit, but it is only me as a chartered accountant should encourage them and ask them to bring their books. Tally books, I should ask them to bring it to the office and show them where it is. And then they will connect and then start working out. This is what it is. Yeah. So, and still, these are all Python codes. Yeah. Let me close it. Yes. Right. So let me check if I have missed something. Yes, there are documentation related issues are there. Let me just check to what extent this will work. Then let me check to what extent this will work. Yeah. code. Okay. They have made various documentations how they can use it. With Python, I am not going into those issues. Now, compliance related business laws and okay, compliance too. Let me just check this. Yeah. Audit compliance monitoring. Yeah. For an audit, there are various applicabilities are there. Now, what are all the applicable provisions? What are all the applicable provisions we have here? At one point, you have back to the menu. Now, audit compliance tool. I can choose the file, Excel file. Let me just see whether I readily have this file. Yes. Right. So I'm giving the applicability file, and now let me just open and then show you what this file is. Yeah. As we were talking about, Caro is applicable. I don't give Caro report. Caro is not applicable, but still I give Caro report, etc., etc. So if I can have a file like this, if I can have a company name, which financial year, private limited, regulator sector, does the company have a subsidiary, all these things I will fill and then upload it to my tool here. I have uploaded this tool. Now it is saying yes, 27 items are there, 17 not applicable, 10 are applicable. Before I sign off, before I sign my financials, I can have something like this, so that I don't make mistakes. Because today, why are we making all these things? Why are we making all these things? Is because we are making, not intentionally, we are not making any errors. We are not criminals. Chartered accountants are not criminals. They are not intentionally making any errors or trying to evade tax like the businessman. Not all. They have a criminal intent to evade tax. We don't have a criminal intent to evade audit procedures. We have time issues, staff issues. Because of that, we are doing non-compliances. Now, AI tool will help us to comply with the tool, and the regulators will have a soft corner. Yes, we are trying to do something better now. So from that point of view, we can use these tools. Okay. Next, to what extent business laws are complied by the no CLAR audit and all we have? You know very well, there are 26,134 provisions in Indian laws. That laws are 1536 laws are governing Indian business. 1536 laws are governing Indian business. Out of that, there are 26,000 criminal imprisonment clauses. If client is going behind the bars, 60% chartered accountant will also be dragged into it, intentionally or otherwise. Now, so what? So what are the criminal Companies Act? What are the criminal issues? Labor, drugs, consumer protection, etc., etc. Okay, so what? So what I am trying to say here is, okay, let me choose my industry. I am from the manufacturing industry. Okay. For Companies Act, whether the registered office compliance is done, no, partially they have done. Financial, partially they have done. CSR, partially they have done. Appointment auditors, default, they have never complied. Secretarial, never done it. Books of accounts, never maintained. For example, not maintained. Fraud prevention, not complied. GST, partially complied. E-invoicing, partially complied. Like this, whatever laws are there, environmental laws, partially complied. Hazards, not complied. Environmental, not complied. Legal metallurgy, packing products, not complied. Income tax, so on and so on. I will make all this and then say, generate a heat map. Now it is saying minus 19% compliances. Companies Act is not complied. Labor Act, blah, blah, blah. All this is not complied. And to this company, to such kind of companies, am I giving, for this kind of companies, am I giving a true and fair? Before signing a balance sheet, let the staff do this kind of work. How did I do this? How did I do this? Simple. I have gone to this business laws executive summary. This is a document which I could able to somehow I have come across this. I have come across this document. And then in this document there is a research paper on it. You can see this research paper. This is the research paper I have downloaded. I have given it to Perplexity. I have given it to Claude. I have given it to Google Gemini AI Studio. And then done a deep research. And then I said, I want to have a tool to control all these nuisance. Then immediately it has provided a tool like this. It has provided a tool like this, which we are trying to use it for our compliance now. Okay, let me just, and I thought this much I can share within the time. Let me just add this also, this tool also, so that anyone is interested, they can use it. Yeah. Right. Okay. So this is all for this time. Thank you very much for your patient listening. If there are any questions, I can take up.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for a wonderful session. May I now request any audience can raise the question on the chat box. Sir can take it up. Sir, in the meantime, there are 1 or 2 questions. If you can just go through, and if you have not answered by this time.
Yeah, what about the confidentiality? What confidentiality are you talking about, Mr. Venkat sir? Did I upload anything to the public platform, or did I upload it to my system?
The challans and all we are uploading it now. Won't they contain all the PAN numbers, TAN numbers?
I have not given anything to, I have not given anything to the outside. I have given it to my own system. Python is working in my system. HTML is working in my system.
What about AI, sir? ChatGPT?
Sorry, sir.
ChatGPT and other Perplexity.
See,
where we
that
are.
is the reason why I am saying is the same analysis, GPT can also do it. Am I right, sir?
Yes.
Trial balance, GPT can do it. But if trial balance GPT does it, as madam was raising, confidentiality, I have to upload all my numbers to the GPT, then confidentiality is breached. But what am I doing now? I have given a sample data. I said similar tool you generate and give it to me. The tool is in my system only. You can just see all these tools are there in my system. Without internet connection, it can run. And data is not going out anywhere.
So
Yes.
first for testing, while you are uploading, without name, we have to do.
Sir, again, I am saying, I am not giving anything to the public platform.
Hmm.
The tools what I have demonstrated is within my system only. It is not going outside.
Okay.
Python is working in my system only. It is processing in my system only. It is not going outside. Those who have, Mr. Rajkumar, those who have downloaded, you may be in track with them. They can share the files. You can be in touch with them. Yeah. Any other, please? Only thing is, it is a patient work. It is a group work. We have to work patiently. I tell you, we have 3 or 4 cement companies. All 3 or 4 cement companies are working in SAP background only. The tool which I have made it for one cement company, which is on SAP, may not able to work in the way in which it required for the other cement company, which is working again on the same SAP. Reason, the way in which that company works and the way in which this company works is entirely different. The tools that are written is entirely different. So I can give a tool, but it may not, you may not able to make use of that tool. So what I'm saying is, you have to make a tool to your client specific. Today, the AI helps you to. AI helps you to do it. Some places internally they have an internal audit. Some places you don't have an internal audit. External internal audit you will have it. The process and governance is entirely different. The tools that you make for one company may not fit, meaning that you may have to change it. That changing may become a pain. Instead of that, you customize for a different tool. Like you have a different Excel worksheet for each and every company financials. You don't use one Excel for all the companies. You have a different Excel for different companies. In the same way, you have a different tools because the time that you take in Excel, the time that you are taking to make a tool in Python or HTML is more or less similar now. So you'll have too many tools. Whether it is confusing, too many Excels is not a confusion today.
Sir, any good source or knowledge base where we can start with Python?
Any good?
Python, where to start actually? Any
As I just now I have shown you, you can also start with I want to convert this PDF into text. Give me a Python code. It will give. Then it will say how you tell them that I don't know how to use it. Give me the steps. It will give the steps. So for Python, first you need to have a libraries you need to install. That takes less than 2-3 minutes time. It takes less than 2 minutes of time. So it starts giving that this library is not there, download. You can go tell that I don't know how to download. Then it will give you how to download. It may even give a link to download also. So that is how you can get trained. And you have a article students with you. Article students, for article students, Python is a program, is a part of their curriculum. They have a good books. Very good material is designed by the ICI. From the basic point, from that also you can learn. Yeah. Any other?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
I think there are no more questions, sir, now. So, thank you, Premnath, sir, for a wonderful, crisp, and a very lucid way of explaining the things, as you always have. So, thank you so much for accepting our invitation and addressing the members on a very crucial time. As we all know, we are all working under a tremendous pressure of completing the tax audit.
Right.
and fortunately filing the returns also simultaneously. Generally, we get more than 30 days to file ITR, but this time
Right.
due to extension, so very insightful and very thought-provoking
Yeah.
prompts you have shared with us, and especially the no-clar checklist about the 1500 more than plus laws. So it is becoming a
Yeah.
really Herculean task for us to. So until and unless we integrate the knowledge of AI, I'm very confident that times are not very far away that we will not be able to discharge our duties without their integration and support. So, fortunately, the implementation has also been made very easy. As Sir said, you yourself can create your own app, your accounting checklist based on the Python and other tools. So, it is very much important. And I also thank all the participants for their more than 2 hours of patient listening and making an interactive session and sharing their doubts and getting it clarified. On behalf of Southern India Regional Council of ICI, I heartfully thank our speaker and all the audience for making this very important. And as part of the AI committee, we are bringing shortly, and once our tax audit pressure is over, from November onwards, we are on the process of having a weekly AI tools knowledge. So every week we wish to take another couple of tools. So different speakers will be helping us to take up that knowledge and actually implement it simultaneously, because every few days, a new audit tool or any AI tools are getting updated. So there has to be constant updation of the knowledge with all of us. So under AI committee of ICI, we will be taking it up from the November. So please stay tuned and please browse to the SIRC website about the development about the future knowledge sharing session. Thank you so much. Thank you all of you.
What I'm saying is, today, earlier, the data first used to come to the client and then chartered accountant, and then it used to go to the department. Now, data is first going to the department, or the data is controlled by the department, then it comes to the client. If I have to raise an invoice, it is first going to the department site and then coming to the client, then to the auditor, meaning the data is already analyzed at the department site. And if I am trying to give that data in the report without using any analysis, I'm getting caught. Earlier, the department was the last fellow to use analytics. 10-15 years back, it is a chartered accountant who is making analysis on Excel. They were not having any tools. Now, fantastic tools are there with department, and today we don't have any tools matching to there. Under these scenarios, it is always advised that we need to be 10 steps ahead of the department. So we all need to use automation. We have no other way. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Correct. As rightly said, sir, our tax audit report used to be based for scrutiny and adding the points for the additions in the income tax return. Now we are filing returns based on the AIS data what they have given us. So what you have thought is really correct, sir. So we are depending on data of the department to validate our audit reports and not the otherwise. So we have to be very proactive in all these matters.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Right,
so
sir. Thank
we'll
you.
call it up a day,
Permit me to
and
leave.
a very
Thank you.
happy audit season and very happy upcoming festival. So please balance your life and work, as both are equally important for all of us. Thank you so much. Signing off for the day.
Thank you. Permit me to leave, sir.
Thank you. Yes.